The Springfield City Council is holding a series of budget workshops over the next few weeks. This budget will focus on the impact of inflation, employment recruitment, city council priorities, sales tax, and much more. The budget workshops will allow the City Council to discuss and approve the budget before the new fiscal year begins on July 1st. The Springfield City Council hopes to come to a final agreement for the budget on June 5th. To stay up to date with the budget workshops, visit springfieldmo.gov. Yes, Missouri residents are yet seeing another rise in gas prices. According to sources, the gas prices are all due to oil cutbacks. Residents can see an average of $3.39 a gallon. In terms of globally, some could see an average of $3.59 a gallon. After shocking the world with his athletic ability, Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts now has the biggest contract in NFL history. The ACT has been one of the most important aspects while applying to colleges. But soon enough, there might be a few shifts into how students could be admitted. In the state of Missouri, ACT scores have declined to an average of 19.8. Scores have been dropping since the graduating class of 2020. With scores dropping gradually, admission staff members at Missouri State University says this could potentially play a part in how students are accepted.
When else in the world are you going to get like 60 minutes to do 75 questions in English and have that define the rest of your life? That's a little dramatic. But define your scholarships, define your college opportunities. Like, is that part fair?
I think that the universities are starting to recognize some of those changes in terms of the scores with the ACT and SAT, and maybe are starting to look at some alternative routes for admission in general.
After the pandemic in 2020, a few changes have been made, with many of these shifts falling into academics.
It's amazing to me when I'm having a conversation with a student and I'm like, have you taken your ACT or your SAT yet? And they're like, my what? The college entrance exam that you need to take in order to get some scholarships and be admitted to school. I don't even know what you're talking about. And so then I go into having to be that counselor and explaining to them about what those two components are and why it will benefit them.
With standardized test scores slowly becoming optional for applications, some students do feel the test shouldn't be required.
Some schools have automatic admission anyways, so if you have automatic admission or something like that, then it shouldn't be required.
As of March of 2024, the SAT test will be switched to only online. The ACT test is likely to follow along as well. For Ozarks News Brief, I'm Jade Morrow. After 20 years, Springfield Public Schools has finalized its decision to combine the Central Ozark Conference and Ozark Conference for the 2024-2025 school year. This all came into play after former athletic director Esdell Matthews sparked the overall conversation to see what could potentially be the outcome of a possible realignment for Springfield High School sports teams. With Josh Scott now in the picture as the SPS athletics director, he too has also been speaking upon the general idea as well.
I've been talking about this specifically for at least the last 3 years with schools involved, and we had enough of a couple smaller schools form a new conference.
These shifts make Hillcrest High School now a part of the Ozark Mountain Conference, with Central, Glendale, Kickapoo, Parkview, and Waynesville High School joining the Central Ozark Conference. This means there will be more competition on the playing field, even for those wanting to go collegiate. Director of Athletics at Missouri State University, Kyle Motes, says that this could make things easier on recruiters' ends too.
That helps from a college perspective, because when college coaches go out and look, they're looking at kids that are playing against competition that they think are going to be able to play at the level that we're recruiting.
What collegiate coaches want to see is how do student athletes play when they're playing against the best, and I feel like we're giving them that opportunity.
Scott says this change could benefit everyone in the long run.
This just brings all of our schools who were already competing against each other under the umbrella of a conference. Our community is going to benefit, Southwest Missouri as a whole, fans, communities, schools will all benefit, because now games that were circled on schedules as great games now have an added value of being a conference game also.
This change is going to affect more than 400 student athletes across southwest Missouri. Reporting in Springfield for Ozarks News Brief, I'm Jade Morrow.